What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 24th volume of the CTC Lightning Round Review, where every Friday we usually take a look at 8 new products hitting grocery store shelves right now. But this time, since we found 6 brand new Pop-Tarts, we're doing an all Pop-Tarts themed lightning round.
Woo!
This time, we've got Pop-Tarts Crisps Frosted Blueberrific flavor. We've got Pop-Tarts that are Froot Loop flavored. 2 of the new Pretzel Pop-Tarts, cinnamon, sugar, and chocolate.
Hell yeah.
Mer-mazing blue raspberry, you know we're gonna love that. And of course, Pop-Tarts Bites, frosted chocolatey fudge. So 4 different forms of Pop-Tarts in one video. Who would have guessed it? Anyway, guys, as usual on the lightning round, Ryan and I are about to turn off the cameras. We're gonna try all 6 of these, toasted and untoasted. And when we get back, we're going to be ranking them from worst to first in an abbreviated capsule countdown from 6th to 1st. And of course, giving everything a gimmick grade so you know just how interesting it is. So give us a minute and we will be right back. And we're back, and coming in at 6th place, last place on today's capsule countdown, are the newest flavor of Pop-Tarts Bites, Frosted Chocolatey Fudge. Now, last time we covered Pop-Tarts Bites, of course, there was the strawberry and the brown sugar variety, both of which we really liked. This one, though, is an assault on your taste buds in the most chocolatey way possible, which is as advertised. It just, to me, this is not something I can really see myself eating on a regular basis. $2.99 at Food Lion. And look, the advantage with the Pop-Tarts Bites is they are as portable as anything, as any snack that you can possibly have. They come in little individual bags of like 5 or 6 pieces. It's a good snack on the go. It's totally different from a regular Pop-Tart. I'd say a lot more comparable to a Nutri-Grain bar for its texture. Ryan, are you fighting for some water?
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. These will definitely require some liquid intervention because they're dry. But as far as the gimmick goes, look, I love the idea of doing Pop-Tarts Bites. I'll give the gimmick a 6 out of 10. I'm really happy with them expanding that line. I hope that they continue to expand that line, maybe into some flavors that are a little bit more to my liking. In terms of the taste, look, there's nothing really wrong with it other than it's too chocolatey and it's a little dry. But I am still going to give, even though it's 6th in last place on today's Capsule Countdown, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, look, Pop-Tarts, they're pretty reliable. Like, you know that it's going to be a grouping of, like, worst case scenarios about a 4 and best case scenarios about, what, like an 8.5 or a 9? Mm-hmm. And everything's going to fall in that gap there. So
that's a pretty good line.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, so, well, from a gimmick perspective, we're about to hit the highlight here, but from a taste perspective, it's number 5. We're talking about the Mer-mazing blue raspberry, and that gimmick is pretty Mer-mazing. I'm gonna give it to them, $1.99 at Giant. Now, the cool thing about these is there's 10 underwater designs, as they call them, and you put them together and you basically assemble your own mermaid.
Cool.
Very cool gimmick. Man, I'm loving the mermaid thing. I'm loving that that's still continuing. I'm gonna give the gimmick a 9 out of 10. I love the idea of putting the Pop-Tarts together and everything. Mm-hmm. Really great gimmick. So here's what it looks like. Who knows what any of these parts are?
That's a narwhal.
Narwhal, all right. And then we've got a kind of a mermaid fin there. That's what it looks like inside. And it actually looks a lot like what it tastes like, which is the blue Gushers. So yeah. Ryan finally pieced that together after combing his memory of what that familiar flavor of the blue raspberry was hitting for him. And it was Gushers. And we pieced together that, look, Gushers are basically fruit snack version of Pop-Tarts, and Pop-Tarts are the breakfast version of Gushers, so they should really do something together. But look, in terms of the taste, it's pretty good. I thought it was much, much better untoasted than toasted. And Ryan, you agree, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, much better untoasted. And the toasting is definitely going to count off. It did give me some throat burniness once I started toasting them. But a good familiar flavor. Definitely worth a 5.5 out of 10. And worth picking up really more for the gimmick than anything else. All right, and that brings us to 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown, and that is going to be Cinnamon Sugar Pretzel.
Sweet.
So these pretzel Pop-Tarts, I think that is the most ingenious idea ever. I did not see it coming that they were going to start turning pretzels into Pop-Tarts. I think it's phenomenal. But I think they were on the cusp of really, we get some big news, guys.
Ooh.
You see all these sugar-like, or these salt-like particles floating on the top of that Pop-Tart? It looks like a regular pretzel, right? You assume it's going to be a salty pretzel. It's sugar that looks like salt. So here's what it actually looks like in practice. And these are untoasted. That's what it looks like untoasted. Now, we did try them both toasted and untoasted. And in this particular instance, the untoasted was a little bit better, but it was pretty close. The real difference was I tasted more cinnamon sugar when it was untoasted than when it was toasted. That's when you started to taste a little bit more of the pretzel flavor, kind of that charring on it did give it a little bit more of the pretzel flavor. Look, as far as the gimmick of a pretzel Pop-Tart, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says. It's genius. I love it. I love it. That's a perfect gimmick. $2.50 at Meijer, and definitely worth checking out. But from a flavor perspective, 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown, 6 out of 10. All right, that brings us to 3rd place, and 3rd place is Froot Loops Pop-Tarts. Got these at Meijer as well, but they were 51 cents cheaper for some reason, $1.99. Look at these designs. I love that that bow tie and the floating Froot Loop designs. Somehow, some way. Oh yeah, we can crack it open. It's a bright red, kind of a little bit pinkish maybe. Mm-hmm. It looks like a strawberry milkshakey kind of look to it. Here's what the box looks like. Can't argue with the gimmick, and I love it when brands work together. And this is well done. I'm going to give the gimmick a 9. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm going all the way up there. So, really, really great. They have 6 different designs. Ryan, can you go through what those designs are for me?
Ooh,
I think I saw, is that like
Pop-Tarts. We've got,
Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tarts.
That doesn't sound very interesting.
Bow tie, some words, Toucan Sam, glasses that are Froot Loops, and something I can't tell.
All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much. It looks like a spoon with some Froot Loops or something.
Ooh.
But yeah, pretty cool. Look, whatever scientists are on whatever Froot Loop project is out at the moment, whether it be the Froot Loops milkshake at Burger King, the mini donuts at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, or these Pop-Tarts, they have figured out a way to capture that Froot Loop flavor accurately in any apparatus that they choose. Like, it tastes exactly like a bowl of Froot Loops, which is really, really incredible. They deserve a lot of credit for what they've done here. 9.5 gimmick grade. I'm going to give the taste a 7.5 out of 10 in 3rd place on today's Capsule Countdown. What you think about that, Ryan?
Oh, very good.
I thought you might have been searching for a challenge flag there, so.
No,
All right, 2nd place. It's the last of the pretzels. So this is the chocolate variety. Before we got into the toasting phase, this was heading for a 5th place finish. And after it got toasted, that chocolate flavor really started popping. The balance of the chocolate and the pretzel was super apparent all of a sudden. It was like a miracle. I wouldn't waste one bite of these untoasted. And I feel like if you don't toast them, you're going to think our opinion is wrong. But no, you're wrong. Put it in a toaster. Gimmick, I'm sticking with 10 out of 10. Of course, still $2.50 at Meijer. Really, really tasty out of a toaster. I think these were definitely made to be toasted. And I'm going to grade it just on the toaster flavor, because I feel like doing anything else is pretty much a waste of time. But I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. 2nd place on today's Capsule Countdown for flavor. And of course, that means Pop-Tarts Crisps coming through. It's frosted Blueberrific, and this elf on a shelf design has been extremely elusive this holiday season. And really, the Frosted Blueberrific flavor was supposed to be out several months back and just wasn't. Straight up wasn't. Found this for $2.99 at Food Lion, same time I found the Pop-Tarts Bites. And I gotta tell you, these are the most snackable Pop-Tarts that you'll find. They're light and they're crispy. They're the perfect amount of sweetness without being overwhelmingly so. There is what it looks like inside. Great blueberry flavor, just the right amount of frosting, certainly not too much. They're light, they're crispy. I mean, just
they're crispy.
It's like it's more like a cracker texture than it's like a Pop-Tart texture. Definitely crispy, definitely tasty. I love the Elf on a Shelf tie-in, even though it wasn't maybe the most well-executed launch. So I'll give the Gimmick a 7 out of 10. I like the Pop-Tarts Crisps idea, and I'm glad that they're expanding on it. Pretty tasty, though.
It's like a cookie.
A little bit like a cookie, but it's a little too crispy to be a cookie. It's crispy.
It's good.
It's more crackery, almost. It is definitely a hybrid. It's its own thing, and it is very delicious. Look, taste-wise, I guess you got to go 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
First place on today's Capsule Countdown. Really tasty, and our highest recommendation out of all of 2020's brand new Pop-Tarts coming out. Now, usually when we theme up these lightning rounds, I bring out a product from the archives that kind of loosely fits the theme. So you'd think I'd do something Pop-Tarts oriented, but I got surprised with a Christmas gift from one of our loyal subscribers, Esteban P. in El Paso. And we just got to give him a shout out as quickly as we possibly can. It's a Crunch Tater, Frito-Lay Crunch Tater, the Crunch Bunch LA Rams poster from 1989. This is something that not only was not in my collection, but that I wasn't aware of at all. Somehow this guy found this online for me and sent it over to the capsule as my Christmas present. Shout out to everybody on the card squad here. I know that we got a few cards back and a few gift cards and everything. Really a very fruitful holiday season. Shout out to Ron John for the second consecutive year of Burger King gift cards as well. But man, Esteban P really nailed this one. Crunch Taters are one of my obsessions in life. This bag that he's holding, the Mighty Mesquite, that is the flavor. So the one that the Crunch Gator's holding, that is the flavor that Kevin eats in Home Alone, and that is probably one of my most wanted packaging items for my collection. But man, nice find on eBay. Thank you so much. And man, I'm looking forward to a really great 2020. Things are off to a really good start. A lot of new cereals, a lot of new Pop-Tarts. Next time, we're going back to the candy and snacks, so please stay tuned next Friday for an all-new CTC Lightning Round review, where we're going to be back to the 8-product format, and on Tuesday for the CTC review, where I think we're covering PBR hard coffee on Tuesday. So really weird stuff coming out right now, and we are here for it. Of course, until next time, I will miss you until I see ya. And I'd like to eat something on the way out. I guess it's going to be Froot Loops, because that's the thing I can grab. Cheers.